Uh, all right, so hello everybody. I'm so happy we are all here for one of the GoodDollar community call. It's been a long time since our call, but we are really excited and we have a lot of things like going on for today. So just like a heads up, we're gonna be focusing the call to talk about the GoodDollar roadmap. So what's their vision to keep growing the GoodDollar ecosystem and what's coming next? Like Pat is laughing because she has to talk a lot on this call. You'll see it. You'll see her beautiful voice. And then we're gonna be talking about the GoodDollar Seller Prosperity Program. What is that? No worries. Like we have with us like Susanna, who is the grant manager. Hi, Susanna, who's gonna be telling us everything that we need to know about it. And like even like more excited, like this program is gonna be announced like really, really soon. And then since it's been like a long time since our last call, we also like the community has been really busy. So Progress is going to be with us to tell us like a great updates from the community. I'm especially like excited for that one. And before we start, I just want to give like a quick update about the Gitcoin. So for those who doesn't know, we are part of the Gitcoin grants on the climate solutions run. And what is Gitcoin for those who doesn't know? So Gitcoin Grants Program is an initiative run by Gitcoin that allows people to donate for programs and initiatives that matter in the Web3 ecosystem. It's closely related to like public goods. And what's really, really cool is like the impact of the donations are even bigger than the simpler donation that you're making, because thanks of the quadratic funding mechanism that they use to distribute like extra funding. So as we're saying, like GoodDollar is participating. We're raising funds for GoodCollective, a platform that enables digital payments for verified climate stewards, people who are doing good climatic actions. So for example, they're doing like recycling initiatives, like one of our pilots in Brazil with D-Trash and Naduk. Naduk is the social association led by one of our community moderations and ambassador, Christiane. I don't know if she's here, but hi, Christiane. And then they're also one of our practices like planting trees for reforestation, like our second pilot, partnering with Sibyl in Kenya. Laboso is one of the ambassadors in Kenya who is leading that initiative. I don't know if he's here, but hi, Laboso. We're gonna be introducing him later. So very exciting. Like so far, we raised like $389 and 116 people have donated to our cause, making us the 13th
116 people. That's really, really awesome.
That's
Our
great.
first time participating in a Gitcoin round. Really, really incredible. Thank you, everyone who has done your part by donating and spreading the word and sharing with your friends and making an effort to get into an Optimism wallet and donate even $2 at a time. It's super awesome, and hopefully it's going to result in a really big impact that allows for us to continue to build out this product and these implementations.
Yeah. So that makes us like the 13th project with more donations. So thanks to that, and thanks to the quadratic funding that I was talking about, every small donation, as Anna was saying, it counts, because it also has like voting power to distribute 250,000 DAI in this occasion. Just very quickly, in order for you to do your donation and count for this quadratic funding, you need to create a Gitcoin passport. This is totally free. It's no charge, like no gas, and you need at least like 20 points. What this does, it tracks your activity in Ethereum, and you can connect to different social media to verify your identity. I know like some of you that are in this call have had difficulties to get all the points, and I'm gonna give you guys a tip. Thanks to Jose, he told me that just by creating like a GitHub account, it's one of the certifications that you can do. All alone, you get already like 5 points. So, yeah, so that's cool. I know that some of you have already done donations. So again, truly appreciate it. There's still 5 more days to participate and donate. And I'm gonna be dropping like a thread on the chat with all the details. But if you have any problems or you have any questions, you can daily message me and I will assist you. And I know that's been like a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna be, but with that, we're gonna talk about more numbers thanks to Tiago. So Tiago, you're next.
Hello, everyone. Can you see my screen? Can you hear me?
Hey, Thiago.
The host disabled the share screen. Can
Oh,
you fix this?
let me give you permissions. There we are. I think you should be able to do it now. Can you try again, please?
Still unable to share.
No, but I just put it like that everybody can do it. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Well, I can share the screen for you if that works.
Yeah, will work.
Okay. Oh, now I just allow it. Now you can do it. Yeah, try again.
Oh.
I was doing like the other thing. Yeah. Thanks, Thiago.
Great. So let's show some numbers from the GoodDollar ecosystem. And the GoodDollar has never been so spread in the world. We are in our record number of the number of users who claim in the same month, and also the total users we have. This view here is a better example of your all the map is blue. This blue dot in Austria here is Ioni, and we are growing a lot. This chart shows the countries who grow more in the last 30 days, proportional. So we have a lot of new names here. Nigeria is always the top one, the Jordan, Ethiopia, Iraq, Yemen, Libya. All these new countries are arriving and growing fast in the last 30 days. I believe most of this is due to the efforts of our community and the partners we are doing. And also, the GoodDollar economy has never been so stronger. We deliver almost $500,000 in UBI, and all the community and the partners already transactions more than $6 million. This is an insane number, and this trend is always going up and up. This is to our community and our partners and all the efforts we are doing here. Basically, this is the numbers we have to show to this week, this call.
Awesome, Thiago. That's really exciting how like the ecosystem is growing. Now we're gonna go with Anna, who's gonna give us like a strategy update and an introduction of the roadmap. So Anna, the floor is yours. You're on mute.
Great. I'm going to try to share, or Mary, you can also pull up the blog post for me.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay. So first of all, I just wanted to welcome everyone to this call. I see some new faces, but also some old faces, which is great. So if it's your first time joining us, thank you for joining the community and thanks for making the effort to join the call. We've had a really big summer at GoodDollar. Actually, Mary, could you spend 1 minute pulling, sorry, but I can't share right now. Could you spend 1 minute just pulling up the July update, and then I'm going to go into the blog post about the roadmap. So, just to give a more general update, we had a big month in the month of July. Actually had an opportunity to get out in the world, both the core team and also some of our eco leads in country. So in the month of July, there was Rafa and Mary went to the ETH Barcelona. This is us being featured. This is a picture of us in ECC, the major Ethereum conference that happened in the middle of July. You'll see Andres, Bertrand, myself, Mary, Hadar, Angelo, who's our contact at Cello. We were the core team who was there for the week, and we really had an excellent time. Not just fun, but I think also really important to see GoodDollar's adoption within the blockchain and social impact space. I mean, every single person who we went around to and introduced ourselves with was familiar with the project, or an active claimer, or looking to talk to us, or interested to work with us. And so we actually got a great opportunity to meet a range of other projects in the field, other, let's say, more emerging builders. Mary, can you scroll down just for a second before we go to the roadmap? And so I think we're really reaching our target audience, which is people who care about doing good in crypto, whether as an individual or whether as an emerging company builder or project builder. And I think people are really beginning to recognize the breadth of our solution, and as well as the stability of our technology infrastructure to deliver sustainable digital payments, and are beginning to recognize that there's a lot of opportunities to actually build stuff around GoodDollar, which is part of what we'll talk about today when we introduce the grant program, is that we're at a really strong place now where the GoodDollar protocol, or the ability for the smart contracts to actually mint money, can be used for a range of different use cases, like the GoodCollective, right? So the GoodCollective, we've talked about in a few other meetings, but in July, we actually launched the pilots with GoodCollective in Kenya and in Brazil, where people are able to get paid directly in GoodDollars for verified climate impact. We're basically combining two different breakthrough categories of technology: digital sensing technology on the environmental side, and digital fund distribution on the GoodDollar side, and actually combining these two technologies to create a more powerful, innovative solution that is really first of its generation, right? Linking digital verified climate impact to direct digital disbursements. And this is all built on top of our smart contract protocol infrastructure, and using basically the wallet, the Good Wallet, and other interfaces that we've developed. And I think is a really powerful example of how we see GoodDollar going forward. How we see GoodDollar going forward in terms of many different local partners or community organizations beginning to more actively deploy GoodDollar in their community to incentivize the type of actions that they want to see taken within that community. And so that actually brings us to the roadmap, if you will. So we've had a really exciting month. I'll talk about Halo 5. We can talk about Halo 5 after the fact, but roadmap. So the reason why it was important for me to kind of start there is because the focus of our roadmap, which we've actually started working on, is both, what the foundation is building. So I'm speaking on behalf of the GoodDollar Foundation now. What is the Good Labs Foundation going to be building? But what is but what we're looking to do is actually create the preconditions where other projects can really more easily build on top of GoodDollar, right? And communities are able to take this technology infrastructure that we've built and really begin to adapt it, modify it, and implement it for their purposes. And that is the goal of our roadmap, okay? Is that we really see ourselves, we're 3 years into this journey of having built GoodDollar. We have built a really the most widely used public good UBI network in the world. We have the world's I would still say the world's largest UBI community of people that are actually looking to get digital UBI and connect with other people. And now the question is really, how do we take this to the next stage where GoodDollar is more useful for more people around the world, and actually supports the creation of, let's say, economic activity that we believe a basic income system should support, right? So if you look at the roadmap, these are the four, I'd say, four big strategic goals that we've been looking at. One is we want to continue to expand GoodDollar utility for more people. Let's look at the visual, Mary. I think the visual is perfect. So, this is actually continuing the work that we've done in terms of the Cello expansion, making sure that people are able to use their GoodDollars to do real things, whether that's online or in a digital context. Okay. So I actually break down, when we talk about utility is a big topic in crypto, right? But I actually break down utility into three different types of utility. The first is giving people real tokens so that they can actually explore blockchain and DeFi, right? So that they can actually use these tools and learn how to use these tools. So this is was critical in terms of why we decided to move and expand to Cello, is that we wanted to have more dApps and applications where people are able to use their GoodDollars, right? So this is like the integrations that we've done with HaloFi, with Uniswap, with Masa, etc. We want people to be able to use the GoodDollar tokens that they get as UBI and begin to use that to explore blockchain solutions, dApps, and tech. So to do crypto savings, to explore crypto liquidity providing, to actually mint and issue NFTs, okay? To buy domains. We don't think that you should have to buy USDC or buy ETH in order to learn how to use crypto, okay? To learn how to use blockchain. And so we want to continue to build tools, APIs, SDKs, etc., improve our documentation that makes it easier and easier for other companies, other dApps to integrate GoodDollar as a token into their ecosystem, and therefore we can offer more utility to our users. The second type of major utility use case that we see is actually what a lot of the members of the community have done in terms of enabling people to buy and sell things digitally with GoodDollars. So I think the airtime use case that many of the members in the community, I think Owoso might be on this call, who's one of the airtime sellers, but Faisal has been an early airtime seller. There are many, many, many individual airtime sellers throughout West Africa we've seen, also throughout Brazil, but really enabling people in a digital context to swap their GoodDollars and use them to buy things, right? So buying airtime is a great use case, but we also want to encourage people to set up digital payment tooling and set up potentially new dApps and applications that provide places for people to use their GoodDollars as a payment token. Okay, that's a second use case. The third use case is more focused on GoodDollar in community. So GoodDollar in specific regional local communities, like what so many of our communities have done in terms of trying to create real market implementations of GoodDollar. So I think what Chris has done in Brazil is actually one of the strongest examples of this, where she's actually worked to develop a real circular economy around GoodDollar based off of the recycling work and the store that she's opened, where creating a physical place where individuals can come in and buy and sell goods for GoodDollar within the particular region. And so this is the third major, when we think of utility, these are the three categories that we talk about. And the tooling that we're developing as part of our roadmap and the knowledge base that we're developing is designed to support those types of utility use cases and different builders, different communities actually doing those sorts of implementations, all of which add more utility for all GoodDollar holders, all of us who have GoodDollars and want to do stuff with it. That's the first major goal. The second major goal that we're working towards is actually leveling up on our capabilities to do segmented UBI deployments using the GoodDollar infrastructure. So this is really focused on how do we get the right money to the right people and communities at the right time. We've built a universal basic income infrastructure that works on a global level, okay? However, we want that infrastructure to be able to be used for specific UBI deployments to specific people in specific places. So that if, say, there is a donor that wants to come and do a UBI experiment focused on women entrepreneurs in Haiti, that they are going to be able to use the GoodCollective product to actually go and self-service, set themselves up to be able to deploy that type of UBI to a certain set of users. Okay, so that different communities will actually be able to advocate for themselves to local sponsors or to local businesses or towards governments to actually create their own universal basic income through using the GoodCollective product. And this is something that Pat will share more about today, but this is a really critical part of our journey that we've talked a lot about, which is that how are we going to use the GoodDollar system to really get more money to the most impactful people at the right time, and use this as a way that could be used in a crisis situation, can be used in an innovation and testing situation for universal basic income, can be used in any sort of digital transfer or digital payment system, where the identity of the recipient and who they are, where they are, more information about them is critical. So that's our second big category. Third is actually making it simpler for people who want to financially support the project to do so. Okay, so GoodDollar, as you know, we're not a traditional charity. We're not a traditional 501c3. We're a decentralized protocol and community. Okay, and so one of the things that we've had to work on is actually enabling a really simple way for people to support the project. And when I say support the project, I actually mean support the protocol. A really simple way for individuals who want to contribute funding, who want to donate to the protocol, to be able to very easily move from having a bank account or having stable coins or having a credit card, and to be able to financially support the project through adding money to the reserve. So that's a third major goal that we're working on as part of our roadmap. And the fourth part, which you'll hear more about on this call, and I've got to hurry up because I've been talking for way too long, is actually the grant program, which is actually, it's really about how are we going to enable the DAO to take more and more of a leadership role practically in deciding what gets built, who gets funded, how it works. Okay. And this is part of the roadmap is actually, we're going to be we remember that the foundation has worked to create a proper grant fund on behalf of the community. Okay, so we will have funds that can be distributed as grants. And one of our contributions there is actually setting up the grant program on behalf of the DAO so that we have a functioning process, if you will, and best practices that enable the DAO and the community members to actually advocate for themselves, advocate for their projects, and understand what are the types of projects that we want to see funded, and a rigorous process to get it done. So Susanna is going to share more about that on this call, but a key part of our roadmap is actually setting up, let's say the pre-work, the foundation's work is actually setting up the right conditions and the programming so that the DAO will be able to take this over and run it within years. So that's the overview. Pat, I'm going to hand it over to you. Anything important that I missed that anyone else on the team wants to mention? Cool, great.
So hello everyone. This is so exciting. Wow, this is a motorbike. Here we have the roadmap. You can access this. This is a live document and it's updated regularly. So you'll see that it will change as we go forward. So I'm going to explain to you how this works. Before, in Web 2, teams, they didn't work cross companies, right? So there was one roadmap and people had deadlines, maybe because they had to, let's say, print a bunch of CDs and deploy to stores, and they had launch dates. And for us in Web3, we were working across a bunch of different teams, DAOs. So we had to learn in the past year what was the best way for us to deliver on our goals and still accompany the changes that happen on networks. As you know, bridges are hacked and protocols just crash, so we need to be able to adjust quickly. So what we found out, the best way for us to build a roadmap and deliver on it is, first of all, to set goals, which are goals that Anna described, and we have them here. This, as I said, this is a live document, so all of this beautiful work that Nish did with our comms and organizing the way that we talk about these projects, they need to be uploaded here, more the new imagery and all that. But basically, when you open a goal here, so for instance, the segmented UBI, you'll be able to see a board that we are calling it road board, which shows what we're working now, what we're working next, and what we're working later. So for all of them, you see that. Then if you scroll down a little bit, you see the general road board. The road board is, as I said, organizing now, next, and later. Now is all of the work that we're doing now. You can see here a few tickets. And for instance, let's open the direct payments pilot, which is GoodCollective. Inside this card, you can see all the information that we have on this project. So you can see the teams are working on it. It's GoodCollective, and actually we're missing one here, which is the org. So the org is a team that we brought in to build the DApp. You can see the track, you can see which chain. So here, for instance, this is in progress. We are building it. We are almost done building the DApp. So this is super exciting. The priority status. So this is a priority for us this end of the year. And you will see also that all of the cards are aligned to a specific goal. So this one, the direct payments pilot, the GoodCollective, is under develop segmented UBI. So this was the first step. Then the second step will be to do a pilot, like Anna suggested, that is, let's say, for women. And then as we go forward, we have other cards that are related to this specific goal, but that they are not fully scoped yet, because as I said, things change quickly and we need to adapt, so we can't really fully scope something that we're going to work on later because we are not there yet. So we have the vision, but not necessarily what we're doing. So I can talk about each of the cards later, but let me just go forward a little bit so you can see what else we have. We have our wish list here, that this is also going to be updated pretty soon with Susanna, the work that Susanna is doing, and we'll present this part differently. But the idea of the wish list is so that we put ideas that we really believe in and that we want to support, and that people, when they open the roadmap, they see what we're working on and they say, hey, but this would be really interesting, or I can help you make something else happen. And if you don't have any idea of what you do, but you have the skills to make it happen, if you're a developer, you can also find opportunities to build on top of GoodDollar here on the wish list. At the end of the roadmap page, you can see the complete roadmap. So the complete roadmap is a database of all the work that we have been doing. So for instance, I'm going to open the Good Wallet track. On the Good Wallet track right now, we are piloting the savings. It's not in the wallet, but it's part of the work for the wallet. But you can see here that we did a campaign for the Invite Rewards last month. That was a great success that pushed us over 100,000 monthly active claimers. You can see here the Good Wallet launch on Celo, etc. So this is where you can see all the work that we have done in the past. You can also see the work that we're planning to do next, as for instance, on the protocol, we want to push GoodDollar as a gas token on Celo. We have the Celo validator running. It's going to run for another month. And this is what I mean by live, right? So the reserve distribution, we started talking about it, and now we have the contracts being audited, and then we'll have the proposal. So this is a living document that we update regularly. So now on the work that we're doing now, just a status update so that everyone knows, we're working on integrating GoodDollar protocol to Opera Mini wallet. And right now, what we're doing is on the dev side, we're adapting GoodApp to have a simple experience that can be embedded to this wallet. And we're also calculating what it means to onboard all of these new users to the protocol, meaning how much money do we need to add to the protocol so that we can deliver an amount of UBI that is relevant for everyone, right? So this is work in progress that is ongoing. The ETH and Celo bridge, as you know, we lost our existing bridge, the multi-chain one. So Hadar did some work to integrate two other solutions, and it's going to be primarily for bridging the UBI because they don't have a UI. But there is a possibility of having a UI called Squid that's coming later, though. Right now, as I said, the contracts are being audited. We need to make sure that there's no way for people to exploit the bridge, as the bridge mints GoodDollar, right? So it's really important that it's safe, and we are taking all the time that is necessary to make sure that it's safe. Also, so this is a work in progress as well. And this is going to tie with the UBI reserve distribution. As you know, Bertrand posted a proposal on Discord to redivide the amount of UBI between the chains. We have a lot of activity on Celo, lots of partners wanting to work with the GoodDollar protocol and wanting GoodDollar community to engage with their products. So it's important to take this in consideration. And both for the reserve redistribution and the bridge, we'll need a proposal and the approval of the DAO. Other changes are coming with this proposal are, for instance, the community funds that Anna mentioned, that is where people are going to be able to get the grant money to build other projects. So this proposal will have the bridge, the reserve redistribution, a new destination for the community fund. Right now, the funds are going to Fuse, and we know that Fuse, it's not an environment where users can truly use their GoodDollars. And also the savings. We have approved the savings, we have approved the community fund in the past, but we need to add smart contracts as a destination for this fund. So this is a combined work that is coming pretty soon. In the next 2 weeks, I think we'll be voting on this proposal already. Direct payments pilot, which is GoodCollective. As you know, we are collecting funds from the Gitcoin grant round. On the development side, the DApp is really far ahead. We are doing QA, so quality assurance for the interface to make sure that everything is working. And I'm assuming here that 2 to 4 weeks until we have a live product that we can, again, truly, I can't say that word, but like test it completely so that we know that it's working as intended. So the next one here, fiat on ramp, it's part of make it simpler to support. And we are tying this work to direct payments pilot, to GoodCollective, because so we want to make it easier for people to support. We know that on Ethereum mainnet, the gas fees are prohibitive of a small donation, of a donation by a regular person. So the idea is that on the GoodCollective website, we'll have a on-ramp widget called on-ramper that will allow anyone to buy crypto with their credit cards. We know that it's difficult for people to, for instance, onboard to Cello, because like, how do I buy Cello? How do I, it's hard, right? So this work will facilitate that, and it's combined with GoodCollective. We are going to measure how much do people buy, and what are the struggles that they go through before we implement a more complex supporting mechanism that goes, towards the whole GoodDollar protocol and not necessarily just towards GoodCollective. Invite rewards, as I said, in July, we had this giant campaign that was really successful. Unfortunately, there were still some leftover bugs from the implementation of the invite rewards, and also with the multi-chain wallet, things got a little messy, but we fixed all of them. And the biggest proof of that is that the contract was depleted of funds twice at the end of the campaign. But now everything is running smoothly, and we are ready to run another invite rewards campaign. We want to experiment with bigger bounties. There is a possibility of implementing some level of gamification, where, if you invite 10 people, you get X amount, but if you invite 100 people, you get 2X. So we are experimenting with the amounts to see how that works. And also, as part of this invite rewards campaign, I know that lots of people are unable to invite their friends and family because they don't speak English. So we did some work on localizing the interface, and some of you might see that when you open your wallet, you see partial translations. That's also work that is going. It's ongoing. So you can see here my interface shows in Portuguese, but here it shows in English and in Portuguese. That's work that we are actively fixing, and it will be deployed in 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, we are going to be able to empower our ambassadors to do translations for the benefit of their community. That's part of this, right? Invite rewards. We want to onboard more people. We want people to onboard their friends and family. Then a savings challenge with HaloFi. We did the first campaign, and we learned a lot about how people interact with Web3 and how they understand the flow of using GoodDollars to empower themselves financially. We're running now the second campaign. It's the second week, and we already saw that people got smarter about the amounts that they are depositing and not missing the deadline. And on the long run, you can see here GoodDollar savings. As I said, we have 10% of that core UBI that is minted that has already been approved by the DAO to be distributed as rewards. So this is an MVP for the end game, which is to make it easier for all of the GoodDollar community to save their GoodDollars and earn some rewards on top of that. Right now, because there is this element of Wallet Connect and go to another interface and sign, unfortunately, it hasn't reached all of the GoodDollar community. We have, I think, around 1,000 people that are participating. And we want for it to be everyone, or most of the people. So work in progress. Cello validator. This the idea is that Good Labs will have a validator in 1 month. Right now we have it on a test net to make sure that it's running and it's working. And then once we go live, the labs will have some cello that we can deploy to the faucet, right? Remember, we give gas money to people so that they can claim. And any other usage that we have for cello, this will help us a lot. It's funding, basically. So this is what we are working on now. Another thing that I want to share, because remember, we want to build with more people, we want to build in public. This roadmap has comments allowed, so you can leave your comments and ask questions. And if you are a little bit more technical and curious about the work that we do on a daily basis, I added a link here to ZenHub. ZenHub is what we use to track the work that we do, the sprints, the internal team. So you can see here the work that is in progress right now. Lewis is working on reviewing the strings so that we have like the fully translated interface. But you also see things that are in review, things that are being tested, and all of the issues that have been deployed, so fixes that have been deployed. And if you're curious, you can look at this. This is going to be highly technical, so don't be scared if you see lots of terms that you don't understand. It's just for those who want to get deeper into the work that we do daily. So for next and later, these are projects that are coming up, things that are important to us. So the gas token on Cello, we have been doing some advocating so that this happens. This will facilitate the life of our community tremendously, and also will make it cheaper to operate the protocol, and will ensure that the protocol lasts beyond our team, beyond us, right? We need to make sure that the protocol can survive us, basically. The pilot I already explained. I don't want to go too into detail here because I don't want to take the whole call, but these are the things that are coming next. As I said, if you want to ask questions, leave comments, support us in building this roadmap, you are more than welcome to leave your comments and reach us at any time, reach me at any time. And I think that's it on this. Is there anything else that I'm missing here? Mary, Anna, anything you want me to talk more about? Read some comments.
No, I think that was great. Thanks, Pat. And like coming up, as Anna was mentioning, like it is important for us to encourage more people to build on top of GoodDollar. And one of the programs that we are launching is the GoodDollar and Cello Prosperity Grant that Susanna is going to be explaining what it is, when it's going to be announced, and all the details. So Susanna, also, if you want to introduce to the community first, because it's the first community call, go for it.
Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. I have started working with GoodDollar since July, and it's been a pleasure to build this grant program. I think it's a great importance, especially following the roadmaps and the goal for the program. And I think that what we want is the same. So with much to say, I would like to go deep, especially because we have 10 more minutes, I think. So should I share my screen?
Yeah, please go for it.
Yeah. How does it look? Does it look like a presentation?
It does. Yeah, it does. You did good.
Yeah. Okay. So this program has been designed with the intention of implementing the token that we have been discussing a lot, and to actually open the ground for the Cello and how it integrates with the GoodDollar mission. So I'm gonna go very fast with this presentation because of the time, but let's talk about the objective, the general theme, how to be eligible, the types of calls or what types of proposals you can have, and what is the evaluation criteria. So what we are searching is to grow through adoption and enlarging our community. So what we are aiming is to drive the adoption of the token as a real life part of any transaction, especially in the Web3 world, because what we want is just to activate the community to understand that this is part of their regular day-to-day basic activities or economy. So I think it's very important that people have an idea of what can be achieved using the GoodDollar. So the general theme of the program, or what we are trying to do with this expansion of the protocol, is to allow users to claim their daily token, as they can do normally in any of these, but with the intention that this is part of their day-to-day activities. So we are searching for entrepreneurs. We're searching to impact economies. We are interested in climate change, global South implementation. We're searching for unbanked population to be benefit from this program, and regenerative businesses, education, diversity, and inclusion. So we are searching for builders and communities and these organizations that work towards the communities. This grant is open for builders and also organizations. And of course, we want people who are familiar with the GoodDollar protocol, but also in the Celo ecosystem. So a great deal is that you are aligned with the whole program objective, which is to demonstrate the adoption of the token to get this usage. So that's, I would say, the most important part. I see some things in the chat. I don't know if there are any questions. No questions, good.
No worries. I'll check the chat for you if there's any questions. I'll let you know.
Thank you. So we have divided the grant in 3 types. So either you can be an advocate, which is designed for personal, for builders, for community leaders. You can host an educational workshop in person or online. You can do it as an individual or as part of an organization. And you can also build a DApp, a marketplace, or use this grant to integrate the protocol in your DeFi services. So this is open for all types of people, but it really will depend on your proposal, the amount of available allocation for your proposal. So there's not the same budget for an advocate that it will be for an organization building an app. So keep that in mind. The evaluation criteria, well, this is very transparent. All proposals are going to be available for the community to see them. And they are also going to have this constant reporting when they're implementing their proposal. And in order to be evaluated and considered, you have to align with the project objectives. You have to have a potential impact. So we're searching for things that actually can have an impact in real life, not just in a specific market or as a business model from an already ongoing organization. How feasible the activity is, how innovative it is, if it has community engagement, and if it is sustainable in time. Like, is this something that you're going to do only once, or is it going to have the opportunity to be constant and continue alive after the grant time expires? And well, we're always searching for diversity and inclusion opportunities. So we're very interested in these neglected regions and areas where these type of implementations are more necessary. So the grant allocation and agreement will be done through a letter of acceptance, and it is part of the proposal how you're going to receive the allocation of the money, with the constant reporting of each of the implementations or milestone that you have proposed. One thing that we are very interested in is in the transparency and accountability of all grant recipients. So it is very important that people share what they have done, how they have done it, so others in the community can get benefit from it. So if they face a challenge, how they were able to surpass it, if on another situation they didn't expect something that happened, like, I don't know, pandemic. So the whole point is that we can create this sort of online encyclopedia for future opportunities, so we can always go back and see and learn from others' experience. So this is a bit of the program overview. It is to be announced next week or today, depending on how we want to view it. And this will be the time for review and evaluation. There should be announcement of all grantees by November. And it would be after that time, we will announce a second call after gathering all the information from this call. But the whole point of this is that if you don't make it for this first opportunity, you can make it for the next. This will be a review on an ongoing basis. So as sooner you apply, the better, because you might get approved and start with your proposal. So don't leave it for the last time, because maybe there will not be more allocation. Just get your proposal ready as soon as possible. And well, we're also searching for these very important opportunities, which are joint initiatives. As I mentioned, you can be an advocate, but you can also be part of the organization and propose an educational workshop, or you can be an advocate and your organization can propose a DAP. We're very interested in having also joint opportunities, like I am an advocate, but then somebody invited me for their educational workshop and I'm gonna be part of that proposal too. That is one of the things that we want to encourage within the community and all people that are already interested and invested in the protocol. We want that these grant recipients get to know each other and connect in a way that they can also access to other parts of like the Celo community and also the GoodDollar. And as I mentioned, the reporting is very important because we want this to become a source of knowledge for the future and other implementations similar to this one. So the partnership of opportunities through other existing projects is completely open. So it's important that you have different players and different participants, but also you will receive, depending on what is your proposal, support from the GoodDollar team. You will have the collaboration and the guidance of mentorship from the GoodDollar. And it is very important that it aligns with your proposals and your professional development. So that is also very important of the grant. And well, what we are searching for is new token, new users onboarded, increase the engagement with our community, increase the number of impact initiatives within the GoodDollar ecosystem, transparency and accountability, constant feedback from the community, and continuous improvement. That is why we are going to host a second call in November, because we want to improve this as possible. So thank you very much. I did it in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
You did great. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure there are many doubts. I'm more than happy to listen to them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be like questions we're gonna get like later on, and we'll be sharing this recording of the call and all the details in the next week. I know we're already on time. So for those who have to go, like, thanks for being here. We're gonna continue for like a little bit longer just to give like the community updates from progress. But just in case, like, if you have to go, feel free. Thank you so much. I think like it is a good thing when a community call is longer than expected, in the sense like there's too many things going on, and that's always good, right? So progress, we want to hear you. Where are you? There we are.
Hi guys, good to be back and good to see everyone's face smiling.
I don't
All
know if
right.
you to your microphone.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Now it's
Or-
better. Now it's better. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So a quick update from what's been going on in the community. I would love someone to help me share the screen. I don't know if that's possible.
I can share the screen for you. No worries. You want the agenda, right?
Yeah, sure.
You got it. Go for it.
All right. So the first and I think most exciting news is that our Kenya community is live, and we onboarded Laboso Wambugo some weeks back, and he has been doing great. You know, Laboso has a foundation called the Laboso Foundation, and where he coordinates some group of farmers. You know, they had their first official meetup after his onboarding some weeks back. Yeah, those are the pictures. We show him in the one by the left hand side in the very first picture up there. He couldn't make it for the call. I wanted him to actually introduce himself, but he'll be around for subsequent calls. So he's one of our latest ambassadors, and we now have a community running in Kenya. Secondly, the Nigerian team had an event like 2 weeks back with the Nigerian cello team. It was at the Obafemi Awolowo University, and Ewosho represented the team in that event. I would like him to take like 2 or 3 minutes to just tell us about his experience and how the event went. And also, it's to point out that at GoodDollar, we empower community members, you know, empowering them to attend these events. So Ewosho is on the call. I would love him to share his experience from that event.
Good evening, everybody, or good afternoon. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, hi, Ewosho.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you. So my name is Ewosho. I am a brand ambassador for GoodDollar, Nigerian community. So I'll try to be brief as possible. So GoodDollar and Tello had an event of recent, I think July 21st and 22nd at Obafemi Awolowo University in Ife. That's another state, that's Osun State. And I was there to represent the team. So the theme of the event was unlocking the future of finance, and then I was there as a speaker for GoodDollar, and I talked about the concept of UBI and GoodDollar. So far, we had over 194 people that registered for the event, and then at the event, over 150 people were present at the event. One of the things I noticed about the event is that the particular school we used is a school that are actually interested in cryptocurrency. So that was why we were able to pull that crowd. And then even the fact that the school was not on session at the time that we held the event, we still had a reasonable amount of people. So we got like over 50 people to register for GoodDollar. So while they were coming in, the organizers actually did a great job, because while people were coming in to the event, like there were people, volunteers actually, that were on seats to actually tell people about the projects that they were coming in to listen into. So from there, people started registering for GoodDollar. And then even during the event, even before I spoke about GoodDollar, like the MC was instrumental into getting people to register for GoodDollar. He even like played a game, and then the giveaway, like there was a $10 giveaway for people, and then they were merged. We printed 20 shirts for people. So people that were interested, people that had registered for GoodDollar before coming in were opportune to get free merch, and some got part of the giveaway. So the event was a 2-day thing. So the first day was the unlocking future of finance, and then the second day was basically for developers and all. But I was still opportune to talk to people about GoodDollar. I also spoke about the Alofai savings going on, and I spoke about my micro grant too, and I showed them examples of what can be done, like the GoodDollar ECOT campaign that I did earlier, and then so far people were interested in GoodDollar, but then just the two comments I had were the fact that what people are claiming are actually what people claim daily are, should I say, intangible, or probably just very, very low consistent. And they are wondering when or for how long they'll be able to claim something tangible. But I made them to understand that it is not actually about the value of what that coin, the value of the coin of in present. That there are a lot of things that can be done with GoodDollar, and then I give example of the micro grant and how they can be involved. And that was how the event went. And I would just want to chip this in. In the school, the organizers that held the event are actually having another event. I think I can't really remember the date, but I would ask. And then the school will be in session then, and then the organizers are actually boasting of 2,000 members. So I think if they've done something like that before, and then they actually add up to that amount of members. So if they are going to get that amount of members again, I think we can also represent, and I think we would get more people to come into GoodDollar. And I'm actually in talks with the organizers. I'm looking for a way we can actually run a program in that particular, because I noticed that almost everybody, like I've actually not seen a school that will be very much interested in cryptocurrency like that particular school. So when I'm done, when I can think of something, I'll get back to the team. So that was how the event went. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Ewisho, for that wonderful insight. So yeah, that was the event we had in Nigeria. And I think we are suspecting that event was responsible for a spike we noticed one time in the number of new claimers and new wallets that we had. So, oh yeah, so we also had the Cameroon team always making the news. Frank and his team had the ISEC event where they taught people how to claim with in the GoodDollar wallet, basically. And those links have some pictures. We also had a Cameroon meetup, one they did with Bertrand. It was quite a big event. So yeah, this is the one that was held with ISEC. You know, I think one of the goals of GoodDollar is reaching the unbanked. So these events held in these local communities, they really go a long way to spread the GoodDollar word. Yeah. So up next was Shifai. Shifai season 9 registration is still on. Shifai season 9 registration is still on. So I think everyone should be aware now. We had someone from the Nigerian community for season 8, and I spoke with her recently. She was just telling me how much she has got to learn. She can even do basic programming now, all thanks to GoodDollar and Shifai. So I checked the Twitter page yesterday, and I saw that the pre-registration is still on. I think it's kick off on September 4th, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the link to the registration. Shifai helps women and non-binary folks to onboard them to blockchain and Web3. So everyone can take advantage of the opportunity. Then we are forming the GoodDollar dev community. We have a bounty and dev group on Telegram. That's the link right there. So for developers on this call and in your network, you can share with them. We actually want to build a robust dev team. You know, I think it would be a very good place for the grants to be applied in. We have people who come together to build stuff for GoodDollar, just to help the ecosystem and blockchain and Web3 and financial equality in general, basically. Then something happened with Stonetain. They distributed almost 528,000, about 528,000 GoodDollar to 220 persons in the Stonetain group. For those of you that don't know the Stonetain is a saving group in Cameroon, run by Frank. They have like cells, like cohorts, and it's been running fine. It's a very good way to put your GoodDollar into use for people who ask the questions of how to utilize their GoodDollar after claiming. They do it, and at the end of the day, just distribute according to according to some pre-planned models. Then finally, between the last call and now, we had the GoodDollar Ambassador Hangout, where we had all the ambassadors around the world come together virtually for the first time. We shared ideas, we got to meet one another, and it was a beautiful session. The questions were answered, and yeah, that is basically a summary of what has been happening around the community till now. Thank you.
A lot of things. That was a great update, Boris. Thank you so much. I know we saw overtime, so we're gonna end it here. But thank you so much to join. We'll see us in the next community call in September. We'll be sharing the details soon.
Just a